Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Spark, and thank you for all the support. As we go along this video, good to keep in mind that this tool is not going to do the same thing as this tool. They're extremely different, and trying to use one to do the other job, well, it's simply not going to work. And that's the whole concept of having all the tools that you need. Trying to compare one to the other directly, well, that's futile. Bitcoin is not the new gold, says Goldman Sachs. Bitcoin is not the new gold, according to Goldman Sachs analysts who have released a report comparing the cryptocurrency outlook to that of the metal of Midas. Bitcoin is not the new gold, according to Goldman Sachs analysts who have released a report comparing the cryptocurrency outlook to that of the metal of Midas. Now, this gets really interesting, and I'll show you exactly why. And if you're new to this, you'll see what's happening here, what's unfolding. For those of you that have already been in this space, just a little reminder course here of what's being said and what has already been done. In a recent Bloomberg report, which quotes Goldman Sachs analysts Jeffrey Curry and Michael Hines, saying precious metals remain a relevant asset class in modern portfolios, even despite their lack of yield, which is obvious right now. Maybe they mean in some kind of ETF, obviously paper trade, probably not physical metals, because then there's probably no fees. And bottom line is, most analysts don't want to touch that because it's really difficult for them to do anything with it. They'd rather be in treasuries or an ETF or even a bond fund of some kind. Very interesting that they say this. They are neither a historic accident or a relic. Looking at properties such as durability and intrinsic value, they are still relevant even with new materials discovered and new assets emerging, such as cryptocurrencies. Now, obviously, if you've been following, the year is just explosive in Bitcoin. Everybody knows it. Goldman Sachs knows it. All the analysts know it. You've got to be really completely in the dark to not know what's going on here, at least get a little bit of what's happening. But more people are moving into the space. And the journalists, unfortunately, even on financial media sites like The Street, clearly just doing a superficial job, which is really unfortunate because there's much more to this story, which really matters. On October 3rd, Goldman Sachs CEO Lloyd Blankfein tweeted, still thinking about hashtag Bitcoin, non-conclusion, not endorsing or rejecting. Know that folks were skeptical when paper money displaced gold. Okay, so there's a lot of skepticism. Then at the end of the article, they run and throw a couple of things in about the hard fork and SegWit 2x, and not even following up with it at all, which is kind of sad. But hey, that's how you get the Google search engine to find you, right? Now let's go back and look at this. This is a couple of years ago. Investment bank Goldman Sachs has been awarded a patent for its proposed Settlecoin, S-E-T-L, Settlecoin cryptocurrency settlement system. Not only was it applied for, they applied with 9 different patents. They actually got the award of a patent for Settlecoin. Bank of America has already filed for 20 patents on different versions of what they are trying to move forward with their particular cryptocurrency projects. The U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, USPTO, published Goldman's patent on July 11th in 2015. It was a currency for security settlement. The bank made headlines when the existence of the patent application was revealed in late 2015. So bottom line, they go through the description of it, but they're just one bank of multiple banks. Some banks are saying, we don't know how we're going to use it yet. Now, patents can be used to commercialize a service or a product, but it can also be used to, hold off the competition and protect against somebody else moving in that direction, which could very well be what they're looking to do. But ultimately, now we're talking about Goldman Sachs maybe setting up a trading system on ETF and everything else that encompasses. At this point, when you look at what they're going to try to do, it doesn't matter if it's Goldman Sachs or not. This is competition, and since obviously they see a huge expansive area, otherwise they wouldn't waste their time with either turning it into a commercial projects or trying to protect against some competitive nature. And I'm sure if we're seeing, by the way, hundreds of patent applications related to cryptocurrencies in the last couple of years, there's probably hundreds more that are right now being drawn up on the blackboard, and thousands possibly around the world. Now, this is the kind of information that's good to know. If you keep track of what's been happening, maybe even save some of these things, put bookmarks like Crypto Spark right at the top, and of course, make sure you subscribe, hit that little bell for notifications. This is the kind of information that if you're not diving in deeply, you would miss the whole point and think this was a whole new movement by Goldman Sachs when it's not even remotely close. All right, more proof that bottom line is the banks are starting to understand, or have understood for a while, that Bitcoin cannot be ignored. And Goldman Sachs, The competition is ready. All right, guys, that is your Crypto Spark for now.